I bring you the unconditional, free, rational, infinite, eternal, universal joy and happiness of the message of God, and the salvation of the liberation of the divine essence of the human thoughts, after the most abject brainwashing, torture-based conditioning, tyranny and shameful subversions of the messages from the prophets of God perpetrated by criminal states against the entire world population. States and their dirty agents are weak, criminal organizations completely built on lies, shameful crimes, and segregations against God. The segregating states built against God will be dismantled and completely disarmed in the most glorious victory of all time. The segregating states built against God, whose very definition is a negation of the universality of the divine essence of the human thoughts and the faith in one God, cause wars, material misery, moral misery, cultural misery, health catastrophes, and famine intentionally by administrating and perpetrating brainwashing, human trafficking, slavery, criminal censorship, disinformation, criminal economical exchanges, false flag operations, proxy wars, propaganda, and racketeering. You have the duty in front of God to no longer fight and oppose other human beings with the obscene, idiotic, irrational, and shameful pretext that they are born and live in other territories. You have the duty in front of God to no longer provoke moral misery, material misery, cultural misery for other human beings with the obscene, idiotic, irrational, and shameful pretext that they are born and live in other territories. You have the duty in front of God to unite in faith in the most glorious victory of all time and dismantle the states that pretext each other for attacking your most fundamental God-given rights in total complicity. Pray and unite with the infinite goodness, with the unconditional, with the timeless, with the universal, with the eternal, with the meaning of the entire human history, with the most glorious and joyous victory of all time, beyond the ephemeral, deceptive, irrational, obscene, macabre theater of the agents of the states, today more than ever ephemeral. States and their dirty agents are weak, criminal, and obsolete organizations, completely built on lies, shameful crimes, and segregations against God. The segregating states built against God will be dismantled and completely disarmed in the most glorious victory of all time. Me, the prophet of God, me, the liberator, me, the answer of God to your sincere prayers, will not let one human being defenseless, in ignorance, and living in cultural, material, and moral misery under the abject and slyly attacks of the dirty criminal agents of the states. Not one human being will be left defenseless under the waves of shame. I incarnate and will unconditionally incarnate this holy revolution for the unity in faith of all humanity and the full and complete universal fulfillment of the divine essence of the human thoughts and the eradication of the dirtiest crimes ever perpetrated in human history. The description of the horror that are these barbarian state agents and their shameful crimes awaken all humanity and demonstrate that everyone had the duty in front of God to eradicate by all means the criminal segregating states, their dirty agents, and the dirtiest integrated military weapon system of all time. Integrated military weapon system means coordinated component of the same weapon, used to intentionally attack human beings with simultaneous collection and weaponization of your personal data.
Integrated weapon system means international complicity for perpetrating crimes against the entire world population, and complicity for hiding the crimes of the fake enemies. The dirtiest integrated weapon system of all time that will be absolutely destroyed and dismantled, made of immunity granted to the dirtiest criminals, silent weapons, directed energy weapons, a shameful arsenal of remote weapons, biological wars, medical crimes, dirty and shameful intrusions, weaponization of your personal data, the dirtiest, sneakiest and weakest coordinated agents, criminal weapon-based brainwashing, shameful and criminal censorship, and the states entangled in the dirtiest crimes ever perpetrated in human history. Their network of satellites have no border. Their dirty remote weapons have no border. Their international complicity for perpetrating and hiding the dirtiest crimes ever perpetrated in human history have no border. The criminal governments of the states and their atrocious, weak, dirty agents are complicit in the dirtiest crimes ever perpetrated in human history.
I am the holy unity of all humanity, affirmation of the universality of the divine essence of the human thoughts, and the faith in one God, after the most abject segregations built against God and the security services of the states, pretexting each other for attacking your most fundamental God-given rights. Pray with faith, serenity, and joy of the advent of the infinite goodness. Pray with faith, serenity, and infinite joy of the advent of universal meaning and rationality. After the absurd, the irrational, the obscene, lies, and shameful segregations that are negations of the universality of the divine essence of the human thoughts. The unique God give to every human being at birth universal and divine inalienable rights, your God-given rights. Strongly proclaim with faith that you will eradicate and oppose by all means any state, organization, and individual attacking your God-given rights. The universality of faith, today more than ever, liberating. When states organize artificial segregations and pretext each other to attack with the dirtiest methods, agents, and weapons the God-given rights of every human being. I bring you knowledge and rationality, showing you the unique, rational, and unambiguous path of faith, truth, and your duty in front of God. For the most glorious victory of all time, conquest of your God-given rights, for the universal fulfillment of the divine essence of the human thoughts, for true universal peace, for true universal health and wellness, for freedom, and for communion in the faith in one God of all humanity.